Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles, where we are gathered once again on our ever-expanding elevated platform of living, which spans every time zone and beyond, and was magically constructed by Robert and Simeon. I call out to everyone as family. By now, you must realize the importance of your presence as the charter members of this emerging industry of magic and miracles. As a charter member with firsthand information, we cannot help but be the bearer of good news and good times that are coming via Swisindo and so much more. Our advanced intelligence is opening our vision to the greatest show on earth, both on stage this coming October and off stage every day of our lives, and brought you here today. As promised, here is the weekly update from UN Swisindo, a clear route out of the debt slavery system that has been foisted upon us for too long. Most of you know this Swisindo information and have been telling the good news to your friends and family, but for those joining us for the first time, welcome. Welcome. I recommend checking out two websites, swisindo.news, where you will download your M1 voucher and scroll further and download your DBLC, which stands for Debt Burden Liberation Certificate. And you will have in your possession these two wonderful documents that you've downloaded, printed, and held on to. This is the M1 voucher, where you're going to be putting your picture, one of those places, and your thumbprint, not your signature, and send and hold on to it. And I will be telling you what to do with it. And I'll be explaining what this M1 voucher is as I cover my mouth. Okay. And this is this exciting debt burden relief certificate. All right. Now, swisindo.net, or called the Wiki, is there for you to read all of the history of Swisindo. Every man, woman, and child will have their basic needs taken care of. And this goes for everyone on the planet. All right. And this is considered the human obligation. Now, get ready for some big numbers. $6 million per person is set aside. From 17 years of age and with a legal identity, and students earning, I just got myself all mixed up here. All right, $6 million is set aside for you for life. Up until the age of 17, children in school are getting $600 a month. You, the adult, and for the rest of your life, is going to get $1,200 per month. And that's how everyone gets $6 million per person. I got that. All right. Now, they call this God's mission, known as a mandate to free and unite the 7.5 billion people through payment order 1 through 11. And this payment order is to all the countries. It will support the governments in the world in the implementation of all of this. Now, if I can find my page, I'll be fine. So I told you about, okay, let's see. I told you about the M1 voucher. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you about the debt burden relief. And this all has to do with the history of what Swisindo has come through and from. And everyone, if you have a debt that was caused before 2016, you're going to use that certificate when I tell you to. When the banks finally wake up that they have no other choice. And you'll bring it into the bank, and first of all, you'll be there because you'll have an account where they're putting the $1,200 a month into your account every month. And then you're going to tell all the credit cards and the mortgage payments and everything else that's been burdening you. And you're going to say, no way. I have paid my debt. And you know how you've paid your debt? When you were born, your birth certificate was more than just something your mother to hold on to. They have been trading on your life and borrowing money on your life. Your debts have been paid. Can you follow that? It took me a little while as well. So that they borrow on your birth, and then you borrow money, and then they want to get paid back plus interest. That's not going to wash anymore. But we have to wait. We have to be patient. And I will be letting you know when to go to the bank. As a matter of fact, I have some friends who've already done that, and they have already stopped paying, and they haven't been thrown in jail. Okay. So, January 18th, 2018. Do you know that the UN no longer has control of their funds? Because it has been returned to the owner of Swisindo. And that Swisindo was before the UN building in New York City. It was started by President Sukarno. And see, it's a lot for me to catch you up, but I'm going to try my darndest. The money has been returned in total to the president or the head of Swisindo, and we call him M1 because his name is this long. And for those of us who are working with him, we call him Bapak. And that's a term of endearment, which means Papa. Now, in January 18th, M1 delivered a mandate to the UN Secretary General. And he said, the world is currently in a state of disarray, upheaval, and unrest due to a history of corruption and deceit. We will end the corrupt world debt slavery system and restore abundance to all 7.6 billion humans in every country of the world. And while we're at it, I love going to these websites because they're so chock full of information that has direct bearing on our lives and our planet. M1, as holder of all world assets and collateral, and owner, command, and controller of the Indonesian nation's currency, has offered, get ready, President Trump an opportunity to give back human rights, equal justice, and sovereignty to all people to solve the challenges of the United States of America and the world. The DBLC, which is the debt relief for the USA, will be paid in full by Swisindo, and a mandate to print global currency will be following. And global currency will be gold-backed. Now, this wonderful man, the head of Swisindo, is M1 and is called Bapak, which I told you already. Now, last week, I told you that he was taken to jail. He's in good spirits after being jailed on false pretenses 20 days ago. His computer and phone were taken, but all information is not available to his captors. There are no grounds to hold him. The truth of the bank corruption is being broadcast in the Indonesian media. The corruptors are being exposed throughout the world, which is kind of an interesting turn of events. Now, as I said, M1 is the owner of the World Bank, and letters of support have been flooding in from 5 continents and in every language. They're all up there for you to read in every language. We at the Advancement Center sent in a powerful letter, and it was read at the meeting of all Secretary Generals of every ministry. And I'm going to read that letter that we wrote. By the way, my team is the National and International Humanitarian Assistance Ministry. There are ministries to match whatever is your talent and skill, and the door is open for you to join us. And here's the letter that 4 of us composed on our letterhead. I'll show that to you, okay? I'd love reading this because what it represents is the 4 of us thinking as one. And there's the power. One is the power. I'm not going to read the whole guy's name because it's too long. So I'll just say, Dear Mr. Sino, we note that action has been taken to cease the mandated process of UN Swisindo's humanitarian efforts. The Advancement Center and Robert Young have brought forth the original vision that we are all radiant beings in harmony with the overwhelming desires of each and every person. The UN Swisindo mandate of bringing a balance to the financial needs of all society is in total agreement with the policies of the Advancement Center. Our purpose is to advance humanity in all areas, including finance, human resources, energy systems, and many more. Our numerous associates throughout the world join with us in encouraging the continuation of the UN Swisindo Payment 1 through 11 programs. We trust the appropriate authorities will address and correct the present situation in our name. Yours sincerely, Barbara Whiting, Managing Director. And I'm very proud of that. Just a brief update. The World Bank was established by President Sukarno in 1945 to assist and develop those countries in need after World War II. $70 trillion has been stolen since 1961. Now, with M1 at the helm, he has forgiven the guilty countries and is insisting on a signed peace treaty that has been scheduled for October. The swell of support from around the world is unanimous, and we are keeping a very close watch. Refusal to sign is imprisonment and a $1 trillion fine. Now, every Thursday night, we have a meeting with our Secretary General, Susan Terry. And she shares so much information with us. And it is so special to hear this directly and not filtered through the political and economic choices of the hidden sponsors of the news. I'm so happy to report that Linda in Scotland, Mohammed in the UK, Marcia in Canada, and Margie in Texas should be joining Vidi Jones, Christina in Australia, and me in the near future. And this morning, we add 2 more names. Lori, hello and welcome, and Cheryl, glad to hear from you. At the last meeting, we were shown the possibility of us delegates having an account with the World Bank. This is most exciting, and the place to register all requests for funding projects, large and small. Now, I speak to us all on this amazing platform of life, and you have no idea how I feel that I can see each and every one of you. I feel you. But now listen to Robert's words. And it's my honor to read them to you now. Music and the elevated platform of living. Your music is that thing that is always with you. It rides beneath all the outer noise. You are always transmitting your music. It's how you care about humanity, how you care about the planet and the environment, how you want freedom for everyone and having everyone treated as equals. It's also your disapproval of any injustice. We each have a unique combination of notes that make up our music. And the melody is always individual. I believe that musical instruments were created so that we could express our music in the physical. In reality, they are not needed because your music is always being played and always being heard by everyone and everything, both within and without the universe. The elevated platform of living is that place where your music and the world of magic and miracles live. It's the place where your perspective of everything is at a much higher vibration. You literally are above it all, and you cannot be dragged down to the lower vibrations via a reaction, because that requires a narrow view which can only be experienced in a lower frequency. Almost all have experienced being on this elevated platform, but they go back to the lower levels, primarily through reaction. Reaction to politics, to health challenges, financial challenges, attacks on the planet, and the environment? It is only by staying on this elevated platform that you can transmit your music with a perfection and power that requires no effort, because you are in harmony with everything, and everything is in harmony with you. It seems like that would be not enough, but that is because you have forgotten how powerful you are. The transmission of your music from the elevated platform of living is as powerful as birthing a new planet. So, although it may seem as though you are doing nothing, please know that you are most certainly changing the world. Robert and I agreed when we met that there are no rules, there are no methods, and everything works every time. To take this into your physical reality, you must apply it to everything all the time, and this includes your assessment of other people's actions and interactions. If you are determined to live a life of magic and miracles, then you must accept that nothing is wrong, because there is a miracle for every situation and a multitude of unique outcomes that can never be repeated. Wow. This is a big step for your conscious awareness. And it is evident that it will be out of tune with what you know as part of your natural operating system. Your natural operating system has been induced as part of the awareness of the human entity, and once it changes, all associated parts of the physical reality will change with it. Now, as the invitation said, let's look ahead and listen to the future as you live a life of magic and miracles in the totally random fields of the earth and its celestial partners. The dance and the music will take you away from the troubled world and hold you there forever. When I began to speak of Swisindo, it was the opening of the financial division of the Advancement Center, assuring everyone that financial security was on its way to every person on the planet, and we were a part of a 20 million person community around the world and growing every day. And they were all actively working with Swisindo, downloading M1 vouchers and DBLCs and telling everyone about this. What is this truly? It's security? It's safety from poverty? It's a welcomed assurance, and also gives us back the ability to dream. But how were these concerns formed? For the most part, as children, we experienced abundance from our parents and never questioned or had a worry. Whatever was needed magically appeared. Somehow. We didn't know the word, but abundance was ours. Somewhere along the way, we changed. We were taught to be responsible, logical, leave our childish ways, and become realistic. What happened to our wonder? Money, scarcity, fear of failure, better save for a rainy day, budget, get a well-paying job you may not like, and then you'll just live for the weekends. No. On Friday, David Best read his latest writing to us, and it carried me to a wonderful place. As I have the honor to read David's words to you now, I invite you to go where the words take you and stay a while in that little child of you. It's called Almost Too Much to Bear. Imagine you were a child again, a very young child that had not yet developed the ability to express through words. Can you remember that child? Can you go there? That is where I want to take you. From that heart and through those eyes, the beauty is almost too much to bear. From that heart and those eyes, everything and everyone is magnificent, a marvel of creation. It's a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes and sounds and textures, and through that heart and through those eyes, there can be no words to express that beauty. No names, no labels, no thinking, and no words. We are all being taken back to that place within ourselves, and like a little child, we will just look at each other and marvel at the magnificence. And like a child, there will be no words, for the beauty is almost too much to bear. Love, David. I feel each and every one of you. I feel that we're all in a room together. And we're sharing our experience and our gifts. I hear promises to that little one to always hold their hand in ours and to go into our future with us. And that future is called the world of magic and miracles. Thank you for your full presence. the greatest show on earth is right now. Thank you. But not before I wish you a perfect life, a perfect health, and a really wonderful, magical future. Thank you.